adrenaline, pedigree, blood, and sweat. Cain Uncut, you ain't heard nothing yet.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Cain Uncut. I'm your co-host Matty, and with me is the man, the legend, and a little bit irritated tonight, Sonny the man equal Cain. How are you, sir?
I'm good, brother Matty. And wrestling fans, occasionally on the show, we'll dive deep into conversation, and we're going to dive deep tonight. We're going to jump off a rock in Mexico and just hope for the best at the bottom with this conversation, because it got some heat from my friends at Ring Tanks and my friends at Gerald Bentley's Wrestling Spotlight, where I'm the co-host there. Hulk Hogan was not the main event always in WrestleMania or on pay-per-views. He worked his way up into that slot. And I said over this past week on both shows, in retrospect of what I'm about to get into with you guys, is that I want to see more Hulk Hogan type moments in the world of professional wrestling on these pay-per-view television or pay-per-view cable TV, cable purchases, where we hand out our cash hoping to get a breakout moment in professional wrestling that we can remember with our kids, even though I don't have kids at the present time, and say, I remember when such and such happened. XYZ. I remember when Roman Reigns shocked the world. I remember when Cody Rhodes won the men's battle royal for a third time. That he's not my prediction this time, but that's okay. You want to be turned upside down on these pay-per-view events like you were when Hulk Hogan went heel in the NWO. And I got my book tonight, Matty. I'll pop up on there here in a little bit before the show's over. And became NWO. People were turned upside down over that thing. I was in church at the time, and I'm still in church now, but I got harassed and picked on by Christian people because apparently in the Bible it talks about the world coming to an end and a new world order. And people were saying, how could I be a part of that thing? I said, I've done it forever. I said, it's who I am. I said, I don't agree with them currently, but I'm a part of it. They booed me all the time. But I am ready to see Macho Man Randy Savage type breakout moments in pay-per-views. Hogan became the front runner of that when he slammed Andre the Giant, and everybody went, wow. Hogan had an interesting career. It wasn't all Hogan's fault. Hogan became a product of the business. He got bad management advice. He got overrun by the front office of Vince McMahon, in my professional opinion. And he became their machine as a way to get us to watch wrestling. And he lived up to it. And what did we do to thank him? A lot of us, we booed him at the end of his career when he came back to us to try and rekindle some of the spark he had years earlier. I didn't, but a lot of people did. Who is with me in the fact that, show of hands, everybody, we need more breakout moments. It's too predictable. I also said, because it is so predictable in wrestling these days, many people are getting the idea that anyone can pop on to do a wrestling podcast and call it a card. And I don't fault those people for thinking that, because wrestling has become almost that predictable. I mean, time after time again, Gerald Bentley and I go down the card. We're 2/3 of the way right. Now, Gerald and I are old dogs at this thing, y'all. We've been around the business a long time, and we can kind of call it tit for tat. But we're professionals, you might say, at calling cards, if I can use that term here. And everybody shouldn't be able to truly predict, in my opinion, and I'll take all the heat for this, the outcome of a pay-per-view event. And this is what Cain Uncut, as long as I'm here and have my hold on the podcast, is going to be about. We're going to dive in to deeply thought out conversations about the business. It's just a travesty that the upper tier of wrestling has gotten to this point now. I'm not tired of seeing Roman Reigns, but I'm ready for a new face. I'm behind Sami Zayn 100%, partly because he's a new face. I'm behind Trick Williams because he's the hottest thing since The Rock. He has it, in my honest opinion. And he'll be world champion before the year's out, I'm thinking. I'm behind Siobhan Evans for the very same reason. Siobhan's got to be there a few years before he gets that hot to be going toward the world championship, I think. He's a youngster at this point, a real talented youngster. I support Siobhan Evans, Matty, don't I? Every time I'm on the air. I think he's the hottest talent going today. But the difference is how long they've been doing it. Let's write WWE and tell them we want more secrecy in the game. We don't want to know everything that could happen. I'm from the days of Paul Heyman, y'all, when you took an oath to protect this business. The reason that I talk so open about it today is because, heck, everybody has. So my 2 cents should not make a difference at this point in time as to what's said and what's not talked about. But I'm here for y'all. I'm here to be an intersection for y'all to send in your comments, your questions. Send them to Matty. Send them to Cain Uncut. Pop them up during our time live here on the air. I do realize I'm live on the air going before millions of people. That does not bother me. Let's write corporate office at WWE and say we want to go back and turn the clock back a little bit to when wrestling looked more believable than it does now. And trust me, y'all see the scars on my forehead, the chain marks. The bumps in the ring are 100% real. Sure, the athletes take them a few minutes early sometimes or a few seconds early, and on the replay, y'all can see one duck a clothesline and still take the bump or something. But I guarantee on the next go-around, they really take the bump then too. So they pay for that. That's not an I got out of that bump. So that's my spiel for today, Matty. I didn't mean to irritate my counterparts over the week, but gosh, it's my soapbox, as to so much so that when I write my book, I'm going to put under my the title heading "Professional Wrestling is Real," and that's going to irritate fans, but that's okay. I'm here to tell y'all the inner business of making it happen in the ring is 100% real. Any veteran of the game will tell you that it's not make believe in the ring. When you hear a super kick to someone's face and it goes pow, it really goes pow. There's nobody hitting a gong under the ring making it sound like a pow. That's someone's foot to someone's jaw. And anyway, now get on with the show, man. I feel much better.
Has a wrestling fan for over what is it now? Over 30 years now.
Cool.
I seen it now where it's been unpredictable and stuff like that. But I think the day and age now that we are with social media, subscribed dirt sheets like Fightful and all that,
right?
They will do like, hey, we saw this person coming in, like backstage might be it there, and
there are more eyes now than ever before in the business.
Exactly. And with social media and stuff like that and mobile phones, it's hard to keep a secret now. So I don't really think it's mostly WWE on that bit. I think that's just more wrestling media. And while I like it, so I don't mind wrestling media as long as they do the subscribe bit. If they just put it in the subscribe bit, that means I don't get to see it because I haven't subscribed.
Right.
So I don't get the spoiler. It's some of the other wrestling medias, like the Observer, who, like Meltzer, who likes to fucking ruin everything. And he gets it wrong 9 out of 10 times anyway. But you got him thinking, oh shit, that person's coming back. But then all of a sudden he's like, yeah, by the way, this person changed his mind. I was like, you bullshitter. So
I
yeah,
smile so much when I do these shoots. This is the only time I smile this much. But anyway,
but that's the only thing I agree. The other stuff like creative and all that, that's watching Unreal season 2 is an eye opener for a fan.
it is a phenomenal show. Yes, sir.
Absolutely, and just to see the creative they do is an eye opener. Where shit, they could have gone even worse.
Yeah.
I mean, but the matches they had on the board throughout that year, I wish we saw them. I mean, Trish at SummerSlam, if Seth wasn't injured for real after WrestlePalooza, that would have been brilliant. But this is unfortunate here, ifs and buts, but that's professional wrestling as a fan. Today's episode, I think we'll probably get more of Sonny's shoots, but we also will do
one more thing, Mr. Matty. This has come up in the streets and in other places. This podcast was presented to me from you. I'm the co-owner of this podcast. I'm the head producer of Cain Uncut, and anything that comes across the table gets my stamp of approval. I worked hard to get here, y'all. I did 2 years with Gerald Bentley. I'm still doing Gerald Bentley over at Wrestling Spotlight. My brother, my main man. Y'all be meeting him here a little bit later. Not tonight, but at a later date. You'll be meeting Daniel Dady of Ring Takes here a little bit later. I've learned from these cats how to do this game. This is not the easiest thing in the world to do, folks, when you realize how far out you go and how many homes you go into. Matty will tell you this is tedious to be here and to say what you really want to say on the air. I'm just enjoying the ride right now of where I'm at. My years in the ring are paying off. Somebody approached me in my hometown of Mount Olive, North Carolina, the other day and said, I hear you're doing something big in wrestling still. Can you tell me what it is? Somebody wouldn't tell me what it was. They just said that you were heavily still involved in professional wrestling. I said, I'd shoot podcasts. Really? And I said, yeah, I do 3 a week, including my own. Really? He said. And we had a conversation about that. So it came up twice this week from Fanfare that I do podcasts. And this is about you and about having fun. And this is the fun part of my show. My time. I am going to try and go back to school. And I do have a long-range goal. I'd like to qualify to be a commentator at WWE during the shows a little bit, maybe part-time in the beginning. And there's a qualifier for that. And it requires I go back to school and get some things if I really want to decide I want to make that happen. But doing these shows is an ideal backdrop for that kind of push because it's different than a lot of people are doing. But anyway, that's came up, and I wanted to clear the air on that this week too. It's Mind to Mind show. We're partners at this, and we just hit it off like Joe Bentley and I did, and like Dan Dady at Ring Takes and I have done. So very fortunate to have met these cats. Thank you.
It's awesome to meet you. It's kind of like a thing. I sent a video out on social media about everyone's entitled to an opinion in wrestling. as a wrestling
I
fan,
saw that before I got kicked off.
we're,
Facebook.
we're totals. Oh yeah, screw you, Meta, Facebook.
Yeah.
We as wrestling fans are entitled to our opinion. My opinion is which I expressed it out on my Twitter X today is
I hadn't seen today's version.
I've had a rant about Fitz Russo, but
Well, I'll go back and look.
some of the shit he said really fucked me off. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. This is what I said on video. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, as long as you do it respectfully. You're not an asshole or anything like that. If everyone's allowed to be have a disagree with everyone, but as long as you do it respectfully. I don't agree with some of the stuff Sonny says, and Sonny don't agree with some of the stuff I said, but we respect each other's opinion.
Right.
So that's kind of the way how it should be. Not go online and fully berate someone because, God forbid, he didn't kick out of a match. It's just crazy. But let's get to some positivity. Positivity. We're going to do the Royal Rumble preview, and we are going to talk about this past week. As unfortunately, we were supposed to have a show on Monday, but Mother Nature gave us the middle finger.
Technical difficulties.
There was a lot of technical difficulties.
I was backstage where I was supposed to be. He couldn't see me. So
he had a John Cena moment.
He did.
Let's get into this then. Saturday night main event. Did you catch that show?
I caught the show the next day, yes, or the next couple of days. I've just finished watching the out 40 between yesterday and today, and I got into my account on my phone, so I've had some technical difficulties all week.
Yeah, same here. Especially with the signals, we've had continuous rain in the UK.
We got snow coming. A lot of snow. I'm not jacked about that at all, but it's coming.
Oh, God.
We don't get snow here. Of any kind.
Seriously, in the UK, if we see one snowflake, the whole train system and the transport system gives up.
That kind of snow, dude.
Once that we see a snowflake, buses don't run, trains don't run. Literally, it's just a standstill, and you have to walk the fuck home. Let's get into it. Saturday night main event. What was your take on that, dude? What was your favorite match of it? What was your really take of it, really?
Favorite match was probably Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu.
The match that never happened.
The match that never happened. Cody's proven to me he is his father by a little bit, but he is not totally his dad's son. He is his own person, and we are seeing that the longer he stays a part of the business. He throws punches, I think, like Dusty threw, and and from a distance and behind, he does resemble Dusty by a bit. But Dusty was not the brawler that Cody has become. Cody is all brawl, all business, boom. And Jacob Fatu, as much as I like him and respect him, he was not looking for that. The werewolf has not encountered that kind of a game yet. So that caught him off guard by a little bit, I think. And he showed up in his non-ring action that night that Cody had just unleashed on him. And sometimes you got to do that on these youngsters. They go in and they get the big head and they say boom, and they think they got it, and you got to jump in there and take your thing to them. And that's what Cody Rhodes did on Saturday night's main event. What an opening night.
That was a great
opening moment.
Do you think that is like a little seed for Cody to be heel?
That's circulating a lot. I have
Mm.
so if you've watched Wrestling Spotlight with Gerald Bentley and I have been talking about that for about a year now. That I thought Cody would turn heel eventually, and I still think he will. I don't think we're there quite yet. What's got me concerned about Cody and the possibility of his heel turn, everybody, is he is real hang tight with Paul Heyman. I mean, every
Mm.
time they meet up, he's just Mr. Heyman, and Mr. Heyman is Mr. Rhodes, and all that crap means something. And I think this time next year, Cody will be a heel if he's still if he's still doing it.
I saw some on X that after WrestleMania, it'll be Cody will be the leader of division.
Yeah, probably so.
That'd be crazy if that happened. That would be unpredictable for you.
Man, I'm ready for some unpredictableness. I am just chomping at the bit for some Undertaker moments.
What was your take on AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura? I thought it was a phenomenal match. Kind of reminded me
Fantastic
of Wrestling
match.
Kingdom.
They actually use a word that I've coined on Wrestling Spotlight, athleticism, all the way through the match. It was the way. That's how I want to see wrestling, y'all. Was like that match. I want people to stop doing this and let's focus on the ring. Then we can do all this we want after we've been on the ring a while. And that's how they ran it back in my time. It's you showed what you had, and then you got to talk, and you earned your way into the talking slot. Not everybody got to talk. It was a work into and work up to type of event or type of tier thing, and it's not that way now. They come in from NXT, they put a mic in their face, and they yell "go," and half the time the youngsters don't know what they're talking about. In my professional opinion, they're just there doing this. So,
I really enjoyed that match. It kind of had memories of Wrestle Kingdom 13 when I watched that match between these two, and a bit from WrestleMania in 2018. But
I'd forgotten who the Japanese dude was. They just
Shit.
hadn't shown him. They hadn't showcased him. It came back to me who he was as the match went on, but they didn't bring him in as a top star. They didn't preview him. They just put him in the ring and said, "AJ, go." And
but Shinsuke and AJ are that good that you don't have to really give them a storyline. You just put them in a ring and you just get money straight away. I'll try to look into it. It's Monday Night Raw in Toronto. Try to think how happened. I will admit it's what Friday. Well, Friday with over your way. It's Saturday now in my way. It's been one of the most craziest weeks in professional wrestling. Literally before we came on air, Ava went on X. Ava, who is the NXT general manager, has announced that she has left WWE. So her last show last week on NXT was her last one. What's your take on Ava leaving? She was really good as a general manager, I thought.
I wasn't aware she had left until 2 seconds ago, but I think she'll be sorely missed at NXT. I think she brings a caliber to the show that's all her own. I think she uplifts the show by being an involved general manager, and I think that's what fans and myself alike want now, is to say, hey, you can't do that. Hats off to Raw when they got back in Braun Breaker's face and lashed all that out. I did not think the general manager there would take the heat for that, but he did. Hats off to him for doing that and for shaking Braun's hand, even though he did not shake Paul's hand. I like an involved general manager. I like someone who's not afraid to speak to these wrestlers and get done what they have to get done. And on Raw and SmackDown, those general managers are former NWA World Champions, y'all. Yeah. A few times over, not one or two. We're talking 3 or 4 times over as NWA World Champions. So they've been in the ring and they know. And again, that brings the realness to the game. But I don't think she'll be gone long. I think she's such a bright spot on NXT that they'll be getting her back here shortly once they realize she's not there.
But they tried to renew her contract. She said no. She wants to go do other projects. So it'll be quite interesting what she does outside WWE.
I had no idea she was leaving, so I don't think.
No one did it. Until she announced it on her Instagram.
Wow.
Well, is there anyone you could think of in the WWE that is known on TV at the moment that can replace her as a general manager? In my head, I only have one, and that's William Regal. I don't know if William Regal wants to go back as a general manager at NXT.
Regal could do it. You'll go laugh when I say this. I think depending on where Cody Rhodes is at in his career, Cody can do it. Cody has managed groups before. He's been on groupie kind of involvements with wrestlers before. He understands what has to be done in the business and contract signings and all that. So that might be a soft landing for him as he continues on in the game.
That'd be crazy, innit? You go for a world title. By the way, I need to go next. I need to go to NXT the next night because I got to manage them lot. That'd be an interesting storyline. Is what they'll do for Cody if he was GM there. Did you watch SmackDown today? I know it's on USA Network tonight, but did you get any VPN to go on Netflix or anything like that?
Not very much. I have been so for 3 nights for 2 nights I've had back-to-back shows, and this is my 3rd night of a show in a row. So I haven't. It was all I could do to watch Saturday night's main event in its entirety this week. So
awesome. So let's get into the Royal Rumble. I'll go into the matches, and then you give me your predictions and what you think what will happen. So let's start off with AJ Styles versus Gunther.
I'm hoping for an upset. I'm hoping it's AJ Styles. To me, that would be a believable storyline prediction because AJ got the pin on Gunther initially, and AJ has said he wanted a year to retire in like John Cena had. What's an interesting point brought up by my main man, Gerald Bentley over at Wrestling Spotlight here in the U.S. Out of Kansas City. Gerald said that AJ's name and merchandising had been sold to someone else. That if AJ continued on, he might not be able to continue on under AJ. He didn't believe at this point in time. And that has led to my main man predicting that AJ's about to get out of the mainstream and go to TNA and help them out. And that's the way I'm looking at it. But I think AJ's going to stay where the money's at a few more months anyway before they even it all together. It's big money, folks. And most people want that big payday before they step out completely. I would. So
I I have heard that it is getting trademarked. No, he's trademarked Phenomenal One and AJ Styles. So hopefully he stays. I'm the same as you. I want AJ to win. Um, he has to win. I think if he don't, I think it.
Luther's doing attitude adjustment, in my opinion. We got into it on that too a little bit with my pals at Ring Takes, and someone said Gunther's a heel. Yeah, but you had ought to, in my professional opinion, the way Ivan taught me about the business, respect your elders, and to threaten an elder sitting in front of you, and to continually insult elders during your interview, that's not professional in my opinion. I went down a notch or two on the ring general for that. It's not necessary.
I agree. But
We all get old.
He's getting more heat every week though. So we both got AJ on that one. Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. Drew will put his WWE title on the line.
I tried to get this over 3 people last night and lost my voice doing it. I think in the first matchup, it's going to go Drew's way. And I think it's going to rival back and forth between Drew and Sammy for a few more times. And then somewhere down the line this year at a major pay-per-view, I don't know if it'll be in Saudi or not, or wherever we're going next, it'll be Sami Zayn. I think Sammy will work up to his winning the damn World Heavyweight Championship title, folks. Pardon my French. I'm trying to quit. But it's the way I feel about it. Sammy's got the time. He's got a killer song. Let's go. I'm a Sammy fan. I've talked about him on my X account. I get views every time I do. And Sami Zayn represents blue-collar America at this point in time. I was a blue-collar America worker when I was a wrestler in the game. If you look me up online, that's how the computer describes me. So I've been there. I've lived that. I've done that. And that's Sammy's big push now is he's for the people. And when he wins it, it goes back to the people. So I don't see WWE dropping the angle on that. These stories are shot at angles, and the angles continue on until they get to where they want to go. It's like chopping up meat or sided on the chopping block, and you start at one end and go to the other, and that's how a story's told nowadays. You have to start somewhere to get to where you want to go. I mean, that's just the way life is. And I don't think they're going to let Sammy come this far and not give it to him. And I've been watching this 50-odd years or better. So I think he'll be champ.
I think Sammy will win tomorrow. I think Sammy will.
Nice. It would make me shine. But anyway.
I think Sammy will win, and then there'll be some crap going on in the Rumble match. But yeah, I think they'll. I don't get why they're mentioning 11-0 again, like the streak, like how many times Drew's beaten Sammy. They've shoved that down our throats for the last 2 weeks.
It's been a minute, and I'm a little tired of seeing, and I'm ready to move on to the next story.
I'm honestly thinking Sammy wins, and then it'll be a massive pop. The only thing I could think is Sammy actually wins. It probably if Gunther wins. To make fans more wake up and more on board, they'll put Sammy over and Gunther over.
I'm hoping so. I'm just logically trying to reason it out my head of how it may go.
Let's get into what we probably will kick off the Royal Rumble tomorrow. The women's Royal Rumble. Have you got like a pick for like an Iron Woman who will stay in there the longest and your winner?
Liv Morgan.
The winner.
The winner. Yes, sir. Liv has come back from an injury. She's She needs a big win to keep her group together. She's been winning since her comeback. I don't know how many have noticed that. I don't think she's lost a single time in the ring since coming back.
Yeah,
And once.
Yeah, and that was a Saturday night's main event. She got pinned by Rhea.
And anyway, it would complete her story of returning to the ring. I'm hoping it'll be Liv Morgan, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss. Say that loud. That I said it loud the other night and proud on ring takes, and my Alexa went off. That was funny, but we were all serious, and she just started yakking.
It's happened so many times. My probably Iron Woman, like I think she'll last the longest. Probably will be Lyra Valkyria.
Maybe.
But for my winner, I've been saying this all week. I have a weird concept for winner for the women's is Rhea Ripley. I don't know if you remember the Royal Rumble '94. So it's Lex Luger and Bret Hart double championship, double winners. So they won, both of their feet hit the floor at the same time. So they were both announced the winners.
I remember that.
In my head, I'm thinking to make it, as you say, unpredictable. It is Rio, so basically Rhea and Io land are the last two. They go over the ropes, bit similar to like Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton, and literally both feet touch the floor. They're both winners, and they get their shot at WrestleMania in a triple threat match against Steffi Valkyrie.
That's cool. That's a little bit the way Gerald went.
I think that is the way they should do it. Like Stephanie obviously will win this Monday upcoming in Pittsburgh in the street fight against Raquel, but I just think it makes it like those two are the biggest main attractions in women's wrestling in WWE at the moment. Up there with Bliss and Flair. But those two got great chemistry. You had someone so talented like Stephanie Valkyrie in there.
Right.
It's got to be an amazing main event. I would have thought so. And
I like her.
Yeah.
I like her presentation a whole heap. And she's class act come to town. I like all my women in there now. I'm going to be doing commentaries on every last one of them before the year is out and bring them to light and who they are and what and where they're from. But the women are phenomenal, and the men are finally starting to catch up a little bit to the women. It's taken a few months for them to get back to where they are now, but there for a minute it was all women over the men, in my opinion. So
the women carried
in Triple H's opinion too, and his is the only one that counts.
it's literally the women carried 2025 in WWE, in my opinion. Who was your winner for Women's Royal Rumble? Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan.
And I have a dodgy winner. So let's get into the men.
At least think she'll be the Iron Maiden of the match of the event, and she'll be in there a long time. I don't think she'll be in an instant dump.
I would be surprised. She's very trusted. WWE creative do trust her a lot.
Yeah.
What I like about this Royal Rumble, I know you think, oh, who could win it? This Royal Rumble, you don't know who will win. You don't know who will show up. It's kind of unpredictable where you do not know. It could be Liv. It could be Rhea. It could be Io. It could be Bailey. You do not know exactly.
My girl.
I love Io just going crazy. The men's Royal Rumble. Who's your pick?
Stay sent down. Trick Williams. He's going to knock everybody out.
Why Trick?
There it is, Trick Williams.
Why Trick Willie?
Trick Willie's going to go in and make his debut in the Royal Rumble. He's a fresh face. Again, I'm ready for some fresh faces in the show. He's got crowd momentum like nobody since The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
He's bigger than The Rock was, I think, when The Rock first started. Trick's more stocky like I am, and built a little bit like I am in my upper body at this point in time. He's got broad shoulders and arms. And I just think he's going to do real well. I think it's going to get down to Trick Williams, Randy Orton, and the OTC.
Oh,
I think it's going to be the three of them. And I think it's interesting how everybody, and I don't know if you've noticed this, I'm sure you have, is getting in Trick Williams' face.
Yeah.
Everybody is just making an appearance, and he's trying to start. I mean, he's a starter.
That's because his mouth. That's because his loud mouth just gets him in trouble.
Well, that's the name of the game. He's got the mouth. He's got the heat. And I like my other guy. He may still be the U.S. champion. Carmelo Hayes. Am I right?
Carmelo. Yeah.
Like him to death. I think he could be a surprise at some of these things. 2 predictions from me, courtesy of my guy Gerald Bentley at Wrestling Spotlight. I think we're going to see Seth freaking Rollins return tomorrow, and I think we may be on the eve of seeing Chris Jericho make an appearance. I'm a big Chris Jericho fan. Y'all liked him back in WCW. Thought he was a fresh face then. Still think he's a fresh face now. And he backs up what he says too. So a lot of people are doing this and just not getting in there, making it happen. Very few guys, men and women, actually make it happen. In the women's division, Blitz and Flair make it happen. Rodriguez makes it happen. Stephanie Bunker makes it happen. In the men's division, Roman Reigns has made it happen. Jey Uso makes it happen. Jimmy Uso makes it happen. So you have a few on both sides making it happen. But do you all agree with me when I say not everybody makes it happen?
Yeah.
And that's you go, but that didn't
work. That's a really, really shocking prediction, but I would not be surprised if they put the rocket behind Trick straight away. He's had such a great debut on SmackDown.
He's already got it on him. I mean, why not then blast off tomorrow?
Oh, that'd be crazy. So my pick was going to be a Braun Breaker.
Yeah, I see.
Braun Breaker, probably, if I'm going like as a dark horse winner, I would say you had Trick Williams will probably be a good dark horse, but I probably would have gone Finn Balor. I know they said I know Anna Pierce said to Finn like the Royal Rumble's full. I could see Finn being up someone who's crap and then getting their number and coming in and winning it all.
My dark horse would probably be Roman Reigns at this point in time, or Randy Orton. I'm a big Randy Orton fan. I think he'll start getting some W's here shortly. And I do think he'll get back in the world title run this year. But I don't like the storyline that they play on Orton. Orton's a great, great talent. His son, y'all, is Miles Bourne in NXT, for those of you who've not connected those dots. And what I love about Miles Bourne is
they're not father and son.
Is Miles Bourne is doing it on his own. He's being his own person doing it. He's not saying I'm Daddy's son, at least not yet. And I admire that in somebody. So,
I love you for that comment. He says his son. It's not a son. Oh man. if Randy Orton won, who would you want him to face at WrestleMania? Would it be CM Punk or would it be Drew or Sammy?
Sami Zayn. And I say this because if you go back and look at Saturday night's main event, when he turns around and sees Zayn, the people's eyebrow comes up a little bit. And he's like, Sammy. So, that in my mind got him thinking in his mind that he and Sammy could go against each other a lot in the coming months. He needs to be, Orton should be in a competitive stage now every time he goes out. Creatives should put him in that position to where he's starting to make that ascend up. If they are going to do something with him, start now. Don't wait 6 months from now. Don't suddenly have him appear at Mania and win something. Let him start to climb now. And quit saying there's something wrong with his noggin. That just waters him down, I think. And it affects his performance in the ring, I think. So he can RKO like nobody's business. And he went from being a horseman to what he's doing now. So Randy's a former horseman, y'all. And he's still doing it, still running strong. So he's from that time period. And I don't understand why they're giving him such a hard time at trying to make a run for the gold. So,
you mean that Evolution?
Yeah, Evolution with Flair. My apologies.
It's Flair, so it's understandable when the Horseman comes out. So we have Trick Williams winning the Rumble, in your opinion. Is he going after Zayn also then, if he wins?
Probably so. And I think the whole house will be yelling Trick if he wins.
What, the Rumble or the actual title?
At the Rumble. If he wins the Rumble, the whole house will break out into Trick.
I think it will.
Trick, interesting note about this, you may or may not know, Matt, as much as you keep up. Trick developed his own theme song. Mm-hmm. What they did was they played a tune that was a little bit like this, like the one he uses now. And he noticed the reaction of the fanfare as he went out to the ring one night, he said. And then he took himself back to the truck that had the sound in it. And he said, I want more bass. I want more this. I want this played. I want it to sound like this. And the guys in the truck made the current song that he uses.
Wow.
From that. Yeah. He made his own
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that Trick is his own deal. Well, I'll be sad that bar if he wins.
that doesn't surprise me. He's so clever and creative on the microphone, and
he was in the military. So
yeah, I just think he'll develop his wrestling skills a bit more, and he'll definitely be one to watch in the next 5 years.
Oh yeah, without that.
He'll be a multiple time champion in those 5 years.
I would say 3.
I'll hold you to that. Do you have a wrestler of the week?
My wrestler of the week, and I got one more thing before we get into that. Hold on one second. Let me get this on my desk. It made my desktop. So, just got my mic set up here. I'm not used to the length of it. So, I was looking on a shelf here at my house. I call my place the Ponderosa. And I have saved some videotapes of yesteryear, like people my age have. I'll be 57 March 11th, y'all. Happy birthday to me. And I ran across a special tape that is in mint condition. Get my character voice a little more down these days, folks, being in front of the camera so much. But anyway, so I ran a show here in town December 2nd, 1992. And it was initially a benefit show. We had about 150 head in the house, and a lot of them became who's who here in town, not because they attended my show, just the way the world worked. And to this day, people come up and say, I was at your show. I went to a few of your fights. Never approached me, so I didn't get to shake their hands, but I was shocked. And it's shocking when people say that. But people still know my first name, Sonny Chaos Cain, but that was my first image. So anyway, long story short, I found this video cassette tape, and I had gotten into Carolina Championship Wrestling Alliance. And I'm going to get a VCR, a VHS converter kit here this year and run these tapes and get them over to Matty, so he could do something with them, the downloads. This is a CCWA tape. Lights are probably too bright. You can't see the writing.
Yeah,
but there's writing on the label.
Yeah.
VHS tape of what I used to have to hand out to promoters too. I was in Cain Championship Wrestling 2 years before I became the man. Then I was Sonny Chaos Cain back in the day. Oddly enough, their match that night, I think I wrestled the Iron Chief and lost, but I beat him on the second night, or the second time we met. And this is a Cain Championship Hall of Fame get together. And that year they shot me by announcing me as the up and coming. It's on this tape, as the up-and-coming wrestler of the year in Carolina Championship Wrestling. And I stood up and they applauded. And Rick Steamboat was there, and Jimmy Boogie Woogie Man Valiant was there. Jimmy's up here on my wall in the yellow shirt. That's where I got the bright colors from and different things, trying to form my character. So we're going to be working on getting this tape downloaded to a converter, and I'm going to be sending them to Matty once that happens. Matty, book I've been reading, Say Hello to the Bad Guys by Mark Remad Ali. Met Mark once on Wrestling Spotlight. He's going to be back with us some more this year. I'm trying to get through his book. You've talked about Hogan and his time in NWO at WCW, and his involvement there, and how that made him more of a star when he did the heel turn than he would have been. And that whole book covers that. Apparently, there are some 250 episodes of WCW Nitro. Mr. Mark watched all of them and getting that book together. And it talks about how Eric Bischoff was hired by Ted Turner to go in there and make it all happen, and what kind of a guy he really is. Apparently, in real life, I'm happy to hear he's a heck of a nice guy, and he works with people in real life, apparently, which is opposite of the character he portrayed.
Oh, Eric.
Yeah.
I've met Eric Bischoff. He is one of the nicest people you ever meet.
Glad to hear that. I'm hoping to meet him eventually. I've said mostly kind things about him, except for the role when he was in NWO, and I didn't like that image of him at all. I didn't think that was a true representation of who he was. So I want to talk about my wrestler of the week for a minute. My wrestler of the week and champion of the week this week is Kyle Fletcher. A lot of fans are thinking Kyle Fletcher is happy with the Don Callis family. I beg to differ. If you see Kyle's body expressions and facial expressions lately when Don is talking, he don't look happy, y'all. To me, anyway. I mean, does he look totally happy to you standing there these days?
No, and especially with Takashita there, he's definitely not happy.
Being told by Don that 27, he's still got to wait a little bit longer, and the man's been everywhere and done everything.
Cole's got ego, and that ain't gonna help it.
But Cal reminds me of another young Ric Flair. I said that about Kerry Morton too, but they just both have these attributes of Flair and their aspiration to want to be at the top of their game. And I think we're going to hear from both for a long time. Let's see what I got here. Ding. Get to in a minute. I'm actually on it this week. Okay. Wrestling fans, welcome to my commentary. This is Sonny the Man Eagle Cain this week, as always, with a wrestling commentary from my heart to y'all. Today, I'm turning the spotlight on the wrestler who has a young man looked up to my friend Jeff Hardy. This young man is from Australia and experienced tremendous success in 2025. In March, his steel cage match against former tag team partner Will Ospreay was an early contender for match of the year. Who is it? I'm talking about the 6'3", 240-pound athletic dynamo, the pro star, Kyle Fletcher. If you've been watching AEW lately, you know this kid just isn't some high flyer. He's a technician with a mean streak as wide as the Australian outback. After a breakout 2025 that saw him capture the TNT Championship from Dustin Rhodes in a brutal street fight, Fletcher has proven he can hang in there with the legends and the brawlers alike. I think Fletcher's a lot like a brawler currently. He held that gold for 114 days, defending it against all comers before a heart-wrenching loss to Mark Briscoe late last year. He is firmly established as a major promotion heel under the dark guidance of the Don Callis family. Love Don Callis. I'm going to be doing him next week, I think. As of this January, he's back in the hunt. Just last week on Collision, he teamed up with, I'm going to try and get this somewhere in the ballpark, folks, Konosuke Takashia.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
To dominate the Gun Club, showing that even without a belt around his waist, he's one of the most dangerous men in the building. Fletcher is currently aiming for the top again, recently advancing deep into the Continental Classic and making it clear his ultimate goal is the AEW World Championship. With a multi-year deal locked in and the momentum of a breakthrough wrestler of the year title behind him, the Man Eagle's eye is on the proto star, and you should be watching too. Kyle Fletcher isn't the future anymore. He's the right now. Don't blink or you'll miss the ascent. Kyle Fletcher, up and coming, and will be standing on his own. And did anyone get 2 weeks ago, maybe, Don Callis and Kyle were talking to Mark Briscoe in the ring, and they made Mark an offer to join the Don Callis family. And for a little minute, I think he thought about it. I think Mark really thought about crossing over and living better. So far, he's resisted the urge to do so, but he didn't come right out and say no. He paused.
Talking about Mark, he opened a challenge for the next person to come out and face him for the TNT title on Collision tonight, and it's the newly signed Tommaso Ciampa from WWE. I think it's a good trade. They get Ciampa, we get Powerhouse Hobbs. Did you see the intro, the music of Tommaso Ciampa coming out?
Have not yet, sir. I've tried to tie everything up with WWE.
I highly recommend if you have a few minutes. I recommend that because it's such a great debut. The production, the music is just unbelievable. I will admit I've listened to his songs quite a bit this past week
That's awesome.
since Wednesday. But so we have Liv Morgan and Trent Williams winning the
Yep.
Royal Rumble. We have Sami Zayn, hopefully, with capturing the world title, the WWE title, and we have AJ winning.
Yeah.
If we
It's
were
it's
in
part of the
charge,
babies. Liv Morgan is a little bit of a baby, y'all. A little bit.
I I I love that you got the babyface winning on the singles and the heels winning the rumbles.
Yeah.
That's see getting like a book already.
Well, so I've told so by at this point I've told my story, but we're going to write it out and publish something at some point, maybe
Oh yeah.
maybe another year or so. But I'm sorry you've got the little heat if you have for having the show. Don't just take that on the chin and don't let that be a problem for you. And invite the people on to talk. I mean, so you know,
Absolutely.
I can send you a link and we can get down with it.
Absolutely. I think you said that February the 9th we have a special
Dan
guest with
Daddy,
us, Dan
yes sir,
Daly.
Daniel Daddy.
And we're back again just after the Royal Rumble, so we'll be back on Monday.
Yep.
Um, I want to say probably between 7 and 9, but we will advertise it on our Facebook page.
And of
And
course we'll tell Dan.
oh yes, we ain't gonna just switch
Gotta
on
tell
his PC and just say, "Hey, um, where can people follow you, Sonny?"
And one more
Oh yeah, yeah.
guest appearance coming to the show is my man El Luca. He would have been here last week, but we had the storm, and he's checking his schedule as to when he could come back. People can find me on X at Sonny Cain, the Band Eagle, 1995. Yeah, and they can find me here at Cain Uncut, with Matty as my co-host, and they can send their comments to Matty here. We'll get to them on there. I'm encouraging fan interaction. Being that this is a live shoot, folks, remember you can't take back what you say. So think a little bit before you write something in the block and send it. I'll handle the question either way, but I don't think I'm better than anybody else by having my show. I'd like to go on record saying I think I'm just very fortunate and lucky to have met the three guys I've met here who happen to have shows in progress, and I can't explain the warmth that most people have given me in my pursuit of doing this, other than I've always made time for fanfare, and I see myself as a wrestling journalist here on Cain Uncut. That's how I'd like to be known on my podcast. And Matty and I are going to tear it up this year, bringing you as much depth and detailed stories as we can. When I mentioned the other shows I'm on, I'm in no way trying to step on anyone's toes. Just sometimes things come up in conversation that bear a little more explanation. And I wasn't trying to step on anyone's toes this week. I hope I did not. But I'm a real advocate of respecting your elders. We're all going to get old, hopefully one day. And that's just the way I was brought up here in North Carolina. And by Ivan, once I got into the wrestling game, you don't knock your elders. So there.
Absolutely. You can find Wrestling Pedigree on like where we are now live on Facebook. Wrestling Pedigree 92 on Instagram and YouTube. You can find me on X or W freaking A. And you can find us on TikTok also, which is Wrestling Pedigree. tomorrow we got a special watch along with myself and Matt's for the Royal Rumble. We'll be live at 6:30 British Standard Time.
You want me to be a part of that?
Maybe. Actually, might be. Yeah, could that be fun? I got run it past him first, but yeah.
Let me know. Have y'all got it set up there, or do I need to get that? Have y'all got it set up there so we can all watch and talk about it at the same time, or do I need to put in for that?
You need to download the ESPN app.
Okay. Well, I'll try and do that in the morning.
But I'll keep you updated anyway because I gotta speak to Max about it. Sunday, Wrestling Pedigree returns. Me and Steve, as it's the 1st of February, so we're starting a new month. It's Attitude Era month. We are doing Unsung Heroes of Attitude Era. So we'll be diving in the likes of Owen Hart, Val Venus stuff, and all those kind of wrestlers, the workhorses. And then we're back on Monday with Cain Uncut, and then a Ross report on Wednesday. So unbelievable content coming, and a busy couple of days for all of us. So from me, Matty, and Sonny, any last words, sir?
Remember, take the bump and get back up. Saint Man Eagle Cain Uncut. See y'all next week, wrestling fans. So long, everybody.